Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They hella deep, 20 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm your host, Jamal. Oh, it's 2 weeks in a row. Oh, we'll make this a thing, Jamal, that you're hosting your podcast. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Reeves. Say what's up.
What's up, people? Back-to-back episodes. You're welcome. You're welcome.
And I don't know if did your co-host make it?
Let me look through. Let me just kind of look through.
Check the windows. Let me
check
see.
the windows. Let me open a door here. Maybe there's
Close
a
that door.
closet. It's in this room. I don't see anything.
Trying to
Check
put
under the sheets.
Trying to AC the planet. Close that door.
Close this door. Ooh, and what do I have down here in the kitchen? Cooking up some good comedy. Say hello to the people, Brian.
Yes, chef. Comedy. Heard. Let me get two comedies. Comedy. Heard.
What's your mise en place process for cooking up comedy?
Ooh, that's a really good question.
I got to get my pens out, my notebook out, my sound effects out.
Yeah, that's a must. I gotta watch George Carlin's 7 Things You Can't Say on TV. Gotta get that mindset.
Age is like a fine wine.
Yeah, I gotta watch the beginning of Eddie Murphy's
Raw
when he's in that red leather. Just the first 5 minutes when he goes on a
says the F-bomb
tirade.
Yeah.
About homosexual people.
Yep. That's the F-bomb I was talking about.
It is. It is a lot.
Yeah.
If you can get past that, it's a pretty funny comedy special. But the first 5 minutes are just hateful. And the crowd is like, yes, we agree.
Yeah.
So I watched that. I'm good to go.
So that's your mise en place? Okay. All right. That's how you get ready for comedy.
That way I know what not to do.
For me, it's just a newspaper, man. I just open the newspaper.
Hell yeah.
And it's just, it just starts going.
Yeah.
I
And
just
you
start
just pick it
rolling,
random.
man.
You just close your eyes and point, and you're like, it's all, it's all ripe.
I mean, a newspaper is what? Just the shitty rough draft of most sketches, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes. Go ahead.
Well, sometimes I don't even change anything. I just read the headlines out to the crowd because it's so ripe for comedy.
That's what I was going to say. First draft, best draft when it comes to that stuff. Your mug looks huge, but it's just because it also is big, I think.
It is
Whose
big.
mug? Mine or his?
Let me see your mug.
Spider-Man.
Normal size.
What? It's not. Look how
compared
big
to Reeves. Reeves is as big as his head.
This is a big boy.
It's about the size of my head.
Boy. Let's compare heads.
This is all for the people who are on the Patreon side.
Yeah, thank you for being a video member.
The video part of that. Anybody get up into anything interesting last week? I didn't.
Is that sarcasm? Have you been doing stuff?
No, I've done nothing.
Oh, I did too much.
And
I swear to God, if you ask this question and then cut me off with an alarm, I'm going to be so mad. Like, you set me up for failure.
I'm not going to cut you off.
Since we've last talked, here's what I've done. You ready?
Okay.
Here's what I've done. I've performed in 2 sketch shows. I went to the Liberty game that they won. I went to a Devils game. That's boring you? That's boring,
Well,
you.
I don't know. We can't wake Daddy. Okay.
The famous Can't Wake Daddy. Don't Wake Daddy.
Yes. There is a sleeping man who produces the podcast, aka
Known as
Tom,
Daddy.
and we call him Daddy. And we can talk, we can tell stories, but we just don't want to wake him.
Sorry. Brian, are you done with your story?
Oh, wait, it was you that was snoring, Jamal?
Okay,
Oh,
great.
no.
We
So
thought it
let's
was
move on
Daddy.
to a segment we talk about called Chefs I Prepare for You. This is a segment we do every week. We talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and we present it as if we're presenting to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a vote at the end, and there will be a winner. I'll go first. Chefs I prepared for you. I
You say
procured for
nothing.
you.
Okay, that's good.
I procured for you. A little pizza night. Got a little pizza. Got a little
Un
pizza.
petite pizza.
I got a little za. I had a little za last night, and I
Alright.
went nuts because I got
From where?
cheese sticks. I went to Pizza Boli's, which is right up the street.
Okay, you went there?
I walked there. It was
Okay.
a beautiful night.
But you didn't eat at Pizza Boli's.
I'm not that sad.
Okay, I thought you were saying you ate at Pizza Boli's. I was like,
My life is on quite the upturn. I'm not going to tear it down by going
was
and
gonna say,
eating in the lobby of Pizza Boli's.
you're the old, there's like no tables at Pizza Boli's. You're just
Yeah,
like,
no,
they're
no,
like,
no,
sir?
I'm-
You're like, hold on, I'm almost done.
Yeah, just
You know what's-
standing there, just adjacent to the line with a
Yeah.
big piece of pizza in your hand.
I walked in and immediately said, "You cannot dine here." And I was like, "I don't want to dine here. I just want to order
He's
and
like,
leave."
okay, just want to be
He's
sure.
like, "Okay, I'm just letting you know it's Howard Homecoming. I want you.
Hmm.
You guys always hanging out here." So yeah, I just got pizza. And
You guys meaning Howard students. He assumed you went to
yeah,
Howard.
he assumed I went to Howard. I'm not sure where he gets that from, but I walked in.
You don't
and he
look
was-
like a Howard man.
No, too light skin. So I said, I just want this pizza. And I'll
That's
take
what
it
I
back
meant
home."
too.
I just want this pizza. I want to take it home. He's like, "Fine, good, that's okay."
Good.
He also
Fuck
said,
outta here.
he also said, "Okay, you cannot pay with Cash App." And I was like, "Why? What is up with you, dude? I have actual credit cards. Don't tell me I can't pay with Cash App." I don't know. I guess that's a thing. So I ordered
The
pizza
kids
and I
love
got
Cash App.
the
Kids
young
are all
Howard
about it.
kids. And then I took my pizza back home and I had a pizza. And I went to sleepy after an early show.
Hmm.
You said you had. You said you went. You said you went crazy.
Yeah, crazy for me is getting anything other than just pizza.
What else did you get?
Cheese bread,
Yes.
Which is pizza no sauce.
pizza no sauce, and the pizza, of
Mhm.
course, had no sauce.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So
Hey,
you got a
I got a
smaller
big
version
order-
of
I
the
got-
pizza.
I got a big order of triangle cut cheese bread
Cheese bread.
with pepperoni on it, and then I got a smaller order of that with no. And I said, "Hold the pepperoni."
Yeah, that also cheese bread.
Now, do you dip it in, like, they give you a marinara sauce typically? Do you dip
At
it
Pizza
in a marinara?
Boli's, they don't typically
Yeah,
they don't
they're like, we don't
typically
have
give
any to
you
spare.
anything.
So we, at the beginning of the day,
They-
we go to Whole Foods, we get 3
Yeah.
cans of
We've got
pizza
$2,000
sauce. Yeah.
in
I
30
asked,
minutes.
I
Yeah.
asked for dipping sauce, and he said, "No, you can't." And he was like, "That's extra." I was like, "It's extra." He's like, "Yeah, and you can't pay with Cash App either."
They love Jamal because when Jamal he orders pizza no sauce, they go, "Thank God, we were getting so low
Yeah.
on sauce."
Yeah, You're like,
Usually we have to try to sell someone
Fine.
on no sauce, but you just
Yeah.
say no sauce. You want to go no cheese also? You're like, God, the cheese. Like, all right, fine, give me cheese.
so that's what I had. Well, pizza party, and then I watched some scary movies. I was very tired last night.
Would
Thanks,
you
the
watch
night bef-
multiple scary movies and didn't
Yeah.
fall asleep?
Yeah,
What
I
did
watched
you
The
watch?
Ritual last night.
The one on Netflix with like the
Yeah.
guys in the woods.
Yeah, oh, I love that movie.
Didn't? Yeah, I think you recommended that to me.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh, this is proper scary, isn't
It's
it?"
good. Yeah, in it.
And it's
in
another
it.
reason why I'll never go backpacking.
Mine is because of chafing. The straps start to rub on your shoulders.
Hmm
Sensitive
Chefs, I procured for you
skin. Oh, you love it.
honeymoon chicken, baby. We got a big chicken bucket, whole chicken, only dark meat,
hmm
4 rolls.
They thought that you went to Howard.
Yeah. They were like, okay, no Cash App.
They just
Just-
had no Cash App to you.
And I was like, I don't even know what that is. They're like, listen, we heard what you ordered. And we're telling you now.
Yeah.
It's a requirement for us to say after what you have just ordered. No Cash App. I was like, okay, well, I don't even know what that is. They're like, yeah, sure you do. Mac and cheese, buttermilk, smashed potatoes.
Did you get
It's
these?
good.
I've never been there. I've never heard of it, but I Googled it as soon as you said it. These taters, these Western fries look fantastic.
Well,
I
they're
don't
from
know
the
if I've
West.
had their fries.
They're like the thick cut, like Western fries that you'd get at like
Yes.
Royal Farms.
They're okay. Honeymoon chicken is close by. Please don't find me. Shouldn't have
One
said
more string around the
Yeah,
pin on the
just a
board.
big circle.
We're fine.
We're getting closer.
It's fine. It's not. I would say, listen, their chicken is good. They have a variety of different types of flavors of chicken you can get. We pretty much only get like the honey type because we don't like the spicy stuff. But their sides are okay. Their buns are great. They do these buns that they give you. They put a little glaze of butter and honey and a
That
little
looks
bit of
good.
like salt. I don't think they're putting like Moldon salt, but it's like pretty good salt crystals on it, and it really hits. It's good. So go for the chicken, go for the rolls, but skip everything else.
Leave for the sides.
Yeah.
That sounds really good. Chefs, last night I procured for you 2 slices of pizza from I think it's called like ravioli. I just started talking. That's rude.
Brian, I don't want you to wake Daddy. And I know Jamal said that he was sleeping before, and maybe he was covering for Daddy. I don't know how that works, but
He's gonna be very upset when I put birds over everything he says when I edit this.
those loud birds.
Yeah. If I
Maybe
had
the
time to do
Spider-Man
that.
Daddy's awake. Oh, Brian. Okay, so Brian, did you do yours? Are we ready to vote?
No, we're not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had 2 slices of pizza from a place near Penn Station because I wrote a sketch show in 24 hours and performed it. So I was in New York City.
Oh, cool.
For the first
Yeah,
time?
first time, long time. Yesterday I was there from 2 p.m. until 12:45 a.m. And
Wow.
then today I was there from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. We wrote a show, learned lyrics. I mean, words, lines.
Lyrics?
And then there was no song.
Okay.
Someone
Now I
tried
know what
writing
kind
like
of show it is.
someone tried writing like a Taylor Swift parody, and everyone was like, "No, we don't. No one likes that."
Can I guess where you went for pizza? Was it Pizza Suprema?
No, I didn't have time. I had to rush to the
Oh.
train. I would have. That's my spot. I went to Bravo Pizza, which is on the other side of it's on 7th
Oh.
Avenue versus 8th Avenue. Got a white slice and got upside down slice. The upside down slice was
No Cash
raw.
App.
Yeah.
It was raw.
PayPal.
Yeah, they said no Cash App. I said don't worry.
You paid with PayPal, didn't you?
I asked if they take PayPal.
And they said only PayPal business. And you said,
He said,
I got
he said,
it.
He said, for you, anything, my friend. He gave me weird looks. I coughed before I ordered. He looked at me like, do you have COVID? And I was like, dude, it's 2023. If I did, it wouldn't matter.
We all have it. Okay.
Yeah.
We've all got
We're
it.
all
It's
sick all the
fine.
time.
It's
We're in the
fine.
herd, brother.
Yeah. So whatever, that's what I did, and I'm very tired. So maybe I'm the one who was sleeping the whole time that noise was happening. Is that what's going on?
Maybe
Possibly.
yours the daddy. Now I do
I
have a
don't hear the
question.
noise, so I was
Please.
You mentioned, first time, long time that you've
Mhm.
been in New York. Do you want to talk about the reasons you weren't allowed in and maybe the process in which you removed those
Yeah, how you
restraints
got
to get you
banned.
back in the city?
Gosh, I mean, I will start with the end and work backwards.
good.
The way I got back in, a lot of paperwork. Honestly, pretty boring. Just a lot of checks and balances, red tape, and I'll talk soft not to wake
I
Dad.
caught myself. I'm so sorry.
okay.
Keep going. I caught myself.
Logistical, just red tape. Had to just like get the dots and the I's dotted, and the T's crossed, and the J's, the lowercase J's also dotted.
Mm-hmm.
The colons double dotted. The semicolons dotted with a little swoopy. What other? The exclamation points dotted, of course, the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and question marks dotted. And just to make sure everything was all straight. The reason I was kicked out of New York City What was that
Okay.
noise? Was that laughter?
That was
Pretty big
people
laugh
laughing,
track.
dude. That was
Wow.
people
I love
laughing,
that.
dude.
Okay, now Daddy's up and he's laughing.
Yeah, he's loving it.
The reason I kicked out of New York, and let's just talk about it. I ran for mayor of New York City. I was elected the mayor of New York City. I imposed Escape from New York type rules where I locked down New York City as a prison for the most crazed and lunatic and dangerous criminals. And that lasted all of 24 hours before some man showed up, ruined my whole plan.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, you clearly can't run the city because you tried and failed to, of course, lock down New York City as a prison in itself for the most crazy criminals in all of the world. And of course, Kurt Russell showed up and just fucked the whole thing up. And so I lost the position and I was disgraced and I was kicked out, ran out of the city.
Yeah. Excommunicated to New Jersey.
Yeah. Where I tried to do the same thing, but then there was like New Jersey's not landlocked, so that was a whole thing. But then jump ahead, paperwork is done, and I was welcomed back into the city, open arms and tepid enthusiasm.
And isn't that the wonderful thing about our... Okay, and maybe that's the scene there. Maybe that's the... We hit the baseline of the Seinfeld episode and we cut to something else. Okay, cool.
Also,
All right.
congrats to me for landing that.
Yeah.
Not knowing where I was going with that.
Yeah.
I think
crushed.
doing Escape from New York, I landed it. I think that's perfect.
You got to spend more time in New York.
I'm very proud. Well, people still know me as the guy that tried to escape from New York, the city. So, though I'm welcome back, I get looks in line.
All right, let's do some voting now on our dishes. The rules are just like democracy. You cannot vote for yourself, and you can only get one vote. So I'll go first. I vote for Reeves.
Okay. And I vote for Jamal.
Thank you.
And I would love to at first check the record to see if Jamal's ever voted for me. I would love
the
to see that ever
records.
happen.
Can we check the record if Brian's ever cooked?
That's also good. Those both might be zeros. I'm gonna vote for Reeves. That chicken sounds really good.
Yes.
All right.
Fuck yes.
Reeves wins. So that's chefs we prepared for you. Congratulations on the democracy.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, I have a question for you.
Please.
The pizza that you got.
Yep.
How good was it on a scale of 1 to 10? How good was it for you, as far as New York pizza goes?
Like a 6.5. Not
Okay, so
terrible. It's fine.
what would you have given up yesterday in order to have a better pizza slice?
My left arm.
And that's making concessions. We'll be right back after this.
Oops. I had my hand off of the mouse. I can't press the button.
Pawn Shop.
And we're back. We're having a good time here at Pod Chef. This is Top Chef Season 10, Episode 11, Making Concessions. And this is the part of the show that Reeves, my co-host, takes the reins and fucking walks us through the mystery land that is a Top Chef episode. Reeves, go ahead.
Jamal takes his shoes off, sits back, gets
Sits
He
back.
has now entered the cut.
I'm in the
He-
I'm in the cut, y'all.
It's got a
I'm in the
tall
ditch. I'm in the
glass.
ditch.
Falling in the ditch. It's real stinky down there. Okay, so we open up on, let's be honest, some outstanding comedy.
Yeah.
Because Ed is getting out of bed in a dress and everyone is losing their shit
Mm-hmm.
because he is a man in a dress wearing Tiffany's dress. Very SNL sketch from the 90s.
Kids in the hall.
Oh my God. So funny. The
Eddie
dress.
Izzard.
He's also put on the dress, which means he's a made man in Hollywood now forever.
Mhm.
Explain.
Okay, that's a well discussed trope in the black community. But all right, keep going.
Oh, that I know of. Yes.
Yeah, me too. So there's only 6 chefs left. We're getting down to it. And I think
Didn't
we
I
all
surprised
feel...
he fit so well in a Tiffany's dress?
Yeah, he has a natural curve to himself, especially in the front lower half of
Mhm.
the abdomen region, and it somehow fills it out in a nice way.
Yeah.
I like how
Um,
someone asked the same question I was asking. I was like, I hope he's wearing underwear. That's what I
She's
used to
like,
think
That's
about when I had to like
gross.
put dresses back at Ross. I was like, I hope people were wearing underwear when they're trying these on.
I don't want your boys touching my boy. Where my boys go? That's Seinfeld.
Jerry.
Touch my boys. Okay, so Angelo tells us a little bit about how he prays to chefs that he respects.
Mm-hmm.
When I was young, I used to cut out pictures of all famous 4-star chefs. I'd have a room, I'd light candles, and every single day I'd go kneel and like pray before them. So this is something I really, really want and really, really means a lot to me.
What is he hoping to achieve by doing that? That they will then bless him with the ability to have a 4-star restaurant?
Well, they sit on high,
Mm.
looking down from Mount Olympus.
Mhm.
Sure, let's go with that.
And so he's just, he's offering up praise to the gods and hoping that they come down and intervene on his behalf, especially in this competition. If you don't pray, you won't slay.
Yeah.
This leads me to my next question.
Yes.
Is Angelo just a stone-faced liar?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that explains a lot of other things that he's
Yeah.
said throughout this season, which
Yeah.
have been ridiculous.
Mhm.
It's very hard to tell. He's got a very dry sense of
Pathological.
humor, maybe. Yeah, just a little a liar, maybe.
I think. Do you think a lot of people this season are lying? There's a lot of like hyperbole being said, perhaps. Like the like producers are really like, keep going. Like they're like, what else he got? What else he
Here's
got?
what I think it is. I think it's the DC effect. Everyone
Hmm.
gets to the city and they
Wow.
just lie about what they're into,
Wow.
what they're doing, where they're headed, and then you put a microscope to any of their lives, you find out you're not going anywhere.
Go off, King.
You're not doing
Mhm.
anything really. You're not who you said you were. You
No.
liar.
You should probably step down. And they go, I don't have to. And everyone goes, he's right.
Yeah,
I
right.
can't do anything.
I was elected here, so I can do what I want.
Is a crazy person. My question to this is, where is he getting pictures of chefs that he's
Chef
cutting
Magazine.
out?
Rolling
Chef
Stone.
Magazine.
Yeah.
Chef
Did you
Boy.
say- Did you say Jet Magazine?
Yes.
It's one of those things like when you're in high school, you get like Spin magazine, you cut
Yep.
out all your favorite pictures of newfound glory or whatever, and you're posting it all over your wall.
Mm-hmm.
In the chef world, you get Chef magazine, and you cut out all your favorite chefs. Eric Repair,
Mm-hmm.
Chef Boyardee.
Oh,
and
I
putting
got a
it all over the wall.
1992 Eric Repair. And you're trading chef cards too. Like
Yes.
I had my Trapper Keeper that had like the slotted sheets in them, and I would cut out chef pictures and slap them on the inside of my Trapper Keeper, and then I would get all the cards. I could just and I'd like arrange them by team, by restaurant, and I would like at the back of their stats. Born in
Mhm.
France, fish guy.
Yeah.
You'd sit in the back of your classroom while your friends would bring their cards. If you pick that fucking front up and play this morning, okay, that's good. I like that. And you would trade chef cards. You'd be like, I'll give you 2 repairs for a Wolfgang puck.
Oh, my Wolfgang puck! I just got this one.
Yeah, it's a
Just got this one.
trifoil. It's got a little piece of his apron cut to put into the card. And then you're like, this will be worth something one day. Flash forward 25 years later, they're worth nothing because everyone did it in the 90s. Everyone had fucking chef cards in the 90s, so they're worthless.
Yeah. Completely worthless. Everyone has a binder of them in their basement.
Yep.
Right under their Julia Child's book that everyone has. Worthless now.
Mm,
Too many out there.
Trash.
Trash. So Amanda points out that Angelo is really into Anthony Robbins and talks to himself a lot. Now, calling him Anthony Robbins it's like as if she is his mother or something like that.
Mhm.
'Cause
Anthony Robbins, get in here.
Anthony,
I told
Are
to
you
do
trying to
your
tell your
homework.
friends what to do again?
Yeah, I told you to do your homework before you went out and started giving those speeches.
If Anthony Robbins tells you to do this, or if he tells you to tell uh, Amanda to the day before grind her tuna, would you do it too? Yeah, that deserved that one.
So we fast forward to our quick fire challenge. And the challenge is, of course, idioms. Of course. Every season, we're always doing that. The chefs create dishes based on a common food-based idiom. The winning dish goes into the repertoire of schwans. Have we talked about schwans on this podcast before?
No, we have
Anyone
experience
here?
with the Schwann's van.
I never had any experience with it. I saw the cars dropping it off at other houses. Very envious. Try and get in the car, hijack it, drive away, accidentally drive it off a cliff. But I've never had any experience having any of their dinners. Did you guys try it at all?
No.
When we were on, I think when we lived in California on the Coast Guard base, we would get like a big bag of like chicken nuggets from that kind of thing. We would get like just like a big frozen chicken nugget delivery.
Wait, when did you live in California?
When I was a wee lad from the ages of like 3 to 5.
Should have
3 to
stayed.
6.
When your
Petaluma,
parents were like,
California.
When your parents were like, "We're moving back," you'd be like, "You know what? I'm staying."
Well, my dad was in the Coast Guard, and they don't ask you to move in the Coast
They
Guard.
tell
They
you
tell
when
you
to
to
move.
move.
Well, the boat moves when you're on it.
You can't really. Yeah, you can't not
stop.
do that. You're on a boat.
Yeah, you guys were docked there for a couple years.
Yeah, it's a few years, and they tell you, all right, they're gonna
Set sail.
Yeah, they're gonna
Yeah.
untie you from the dock, and then you got to
Mhm.
say bye to all your landlocked friends and such
Mhm.
like that, and when you're on sea for months at a time, and
Months
people
at
are
a
getting
time.
sick, and
You took
you
the
lose a
long
loved
road,
one.
the long route around from California to DC.
Here's my thoughts on boating. It's all the long route. Boats are
It takes
slow.
so long.
They're slow.
Well, you
I
guys
did-
went north, right? And then you were like, "There's too much ice up here,"
Yeah.
and then you
Waters are too
backtracked
choppy.
south,
Yeah.
and had the same
Yeah.
problem, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't look, I'm going to go on record saying boating sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the worst form of transportation.
You're allowed to say that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Sorry if this is not a hot take. Fuck a boat. I love a little boat. If
Get in there.
I'm
Tugboat?
sitting on a boat, tugboat, I'll do tugboat all day.
Mm.
But if you want me to get on a
don't
boat,
play
and
tugboat.
go somewhere, no, put me on a plane. Those are my
plane?
choices.
Is the safest form of transportation
Yep.
that you could possibly go on.
Yeah. Because you're not on there long enough to get sick and everyone else to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, the doors are closed. No one can push you off the side. Like on,
Ugh.
God, every boat I've ever been
Every
on, someone
boat
gets
I've been
pushed
on.
off the side.
Yep.
Well, that's like built into the cruise ship. When you get on these cruise ships, there's like 10,000 people on them.
Yeah.
They already know they're going to lose at least, I don't know, 85
20%.
There's a range.
Yeah.
There's a range that if it doesn't go beyond that, they don't care.
Yeah.
It's
And
loss. There's
it's
very little
kind of-
loss prevention going on.
It's very similar to like, what is it? The whole like fear of the void or whatever, the thing where you get close to an edge and you're afraid that you might jump off. It's a similar thing where you get close to the edge of a boat, people want to push you off into the
Yeah.
water. And it happens.
Yeah.
Have you ever walked around a cruise ship and then you go to the back of the boat and like there's a couple there and the guy's like looking at you a lot and you're like, oh no, he wants me to leave.
He was about to push. Yeah. Did I interrupt?
I'm so sorry I interrupted this. And then the wife gets new to it, and then you turn around and the wife actually throws him overboard, and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa,
It's
what a
who's going to do
twist."
it first.
Yeah.
Backdrops his ass over.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're struggling trying to throw each other off.
Well, the last time
She
I
tries to
saw,
put him off. He hangs on, and then she's pushing. And look, she's pushing very hard, but she's pushing. And in reality, he went under the side, so technically
Yeah.
he's not eliminated. But he has to go over the side to be eliminated. So
Mm-hmm.
the last time I saw someone get thrown
both
off the
feet got
back of a
touched.
cruise ship, a wife gave a stone cold stunner to her husband, and he oversold it.
yeah, he did the Shawn Michaels pop.
Yeah, and he
Pop
didn't
and
realize
roll.
how close to the edge he was, and he went over. It
And
was
then
a
you get a
beautiful
run in
start.
from their jilted lover, and then the other one's jilted lover comes in. So it's
Yeah.
like everyone is trying to throw everyone over the board, and it's like, well, maybe you guys should just break up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you don't have to do it this way.
No, there's better ways to break up other than throwing someone off the side of a cruise ship.
So
Like
here's
a
what everyone
text.
got.
I do want to say really quick, Padma's idioms fucking sucked. She said top banana. That's not a thing. She's like top banana. The
Well, she
fuck
can
is
say
top
whatever she
banana?
wants. She can say whatever she wants in her contract.
Yeah. She was talking in a way that she thought people would catch on, but no one knew what the hell she was talking about. And then she kind of looked at everyone else like they were crazy.
What the fuck? Top banana is a saying? The most important person in an organization or activity.
Yeah, you've never talked to your boss and been like, well, you're the top banana here, so I got to listen to you.
No. I'm a head honcho guy.
Yes.
Mm.
If I'm referring to someone being the head of an organization, they're the head honcho.
I just call him chief.
Yeah, same thing. Is head honcho offensive?
Might
I
be.
was just trying to go through the Rolodex in my brain to be like, Honcho, is that?
Yeah.
Hey, write in, fans.
Yeah, let us know.
Here's what everyone
Only
got.
way I'll learn. I
Kevin-
won't look it up myself.
Frigo the bacon. Angelo, bigger fish to fry. Tiffany, spilled the beans. Amanda, the big cheese. Ed, hot potato. And Kelly, sour grapes.
What did nobody want? Hide the sausage.
Hide the sausage. Because
Well, Ed played
Hard to
that
cook with
already in the
sausage.
beginning of the episode.
He ducked it.
so Ed lets us know his feelings on Amanda.
Fan of Amanda. She's annoying. She's a slob.
No paper towels?
She has no technique. I think she's just been lucky the whole time she's been here.
And I'm coming.
A lot of
He hates everyone.
Yeah,
he
he
loves
does.
to
Except for
drag
Tiffany.
people. Yeah, that's true.
This
Not
whole
crushing
quickfire was everyone just talking shit on everybody, it seemed.
Mhm.
Everyone was sick. Everyone is fucking sick of each other.
Well,
Angelo's running
it's-
around.
It's about that time, when people.
It's been a while. Yeah. Like, I think, like, this is like week 11. So week 11 is like, let's just put it into perspective that we'll understand here. It's like 3 years of a podcast. If you've been doing this laughter, you fucked up.
Oh, no.
3 years of a podcast. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So Angelo's being crazy, but then Angelo's like Ed's being crazy running around. Motherfucker, you running around
Yeah.
and talking
They're
to
all-
yourself and being
Oh,
nuts.
totally. He says to himself, I'm done playing games. No messing around. This is to himself. I guess he's aware there's a camera there, but
Yeah.
he's completely jumped off the edge here.
Done playing games. I'm not messing around. I don't like Kenny. I hate Kenny.
I don't like Kenny. I can't trust anyone around here.
Where's my
Don't
sister?
play games. Is there eggplant in this? Kevin does bacon 3 ways. Oh, so the guest judge is Rick Moodin. He is boring, and occasionally we get this with
Famous
guest
nerd.
judges. Yeah, huge freaking nerd, big, Coke bottle glasses.
Jamal,
But
are you muted or are you really far behind?
Oh, I am muted. Sorry.
Okay. I saw your mouth. I saw your mouth moving.
I was just
'Cause
saying
I'm
that his
watching.
baseball card is also boring.
Yeah, his special traits are you guys got anything?
Grooming.
Yep, he's got real nice hair.
Grooming, shaving potatoes
And herbs.
and peeling them. So he doesn't really give much information. He's keeping his cards close to the chest. On the bottom, we have Kelly. Her dish didn't sing. It was out of tune or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda, the nice piece of feedback she got is that her food was like a sledgehammer to the gut. I think she consistently really gets some hard feedback, which is like, and they always cut to her and she just looks stunned. She was like,
Mhm.
I like the taste of it. And it's like,
I'm gonna have to disagree.
I'm going to disagree. It feels like someone was punching me in the gut and also covering my mouth so I couldn't throw up. That's what it felt like to eat your food. On the top, We have Kevin. He brought a new level of brightness. You do bacon 3 ways, it's going to be good. But Angelo points out, so a whole nother layer to this, which I guess I didn't mention, is that, it's going to go into the Schwann's repertoire. So it has to be something that's like freezable and reheatable and stuff like that. And Kevin does this like bacon 3 ways thing that's with an egg, which you probably can't freeze and reheat. And then also Ed's dish is well thought out. He does the hot potato with herb and roasted garlic gnocchi, which he does in whatever that they gave him, like 20-40 minutes, which is pretty impressive. And some vegetables and mushrooms. And Ed is the winner.
Ooh, big winner, baby.
Good job, Ed.
Way to go, Ed.
Angelo says his face looks like a potato.
Angelo just can't let someone win and say something nice.
No.
Yeah, congratulations, my friend. Good on you.
So
Angelo's got to win.
elimination.
He's got to get his Russian wife here.
Well, we could fast forward to that. So in our intermission, we see Angelo on a phone call to his Russian spy wife. And he admits that he's only seen her twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
His life.
Yeah.
Did you know
This is
sometimes
90
with
Day
love-
Fiance. That's literally what it is. You said last time he's doing it before. Those folks are like, we've met once or twice, but that we hung out in like France one time, and now I'm gonna marry them.
Yeah. And I mean, it's on the cutting room floor, but there's a lot of footage of they allowed Angelo to leave for a little bit to go to Russia to meet her. So they follow him through the airport and they follow him into a cafe. She, of course, doesn't show up. And he's just kind of looking around.
His
He flies
texting
back
is
to the
like, "Where
States.
are you? Where are you?"
Yeah. He goes back to the States and then he has a phone call with her and she's like, "Oh, I was scared /
I'm
I
so
had something else
sorry."
going on."
Yeah.
He's like, "I understand." He's like, "I know this is like, the 3rd or 4th time this has happened, but I get it." So I hope it works out for him.
Yeah. What an understanding guy.
Well, she
Yeah.
got very excited when he said that he's going to DC
Mm-hmm.
to film
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
She was
She
like,
said,
"Oh,
"That's
you're gonna
really
meet
good."
any? I mean, what about President Obama? I mean, you know anything about him? His internet activities? Did a lot of internet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Elimination challenge. The chefs have to work as a team to operate the concession stands, hence the title, at Nationals Park. They have to do a minimum of 6 dishes for the baseball game. The winner will receive a trip to Australia.
I didn't
So-
catch that part until the end when they said he won that. I was like, "Oh, that's good too."
I don't know
'Cause they were
why
like-
Australia.
Yeah, they don't really connect it to anything. Oh.
It's an interesting choice. So they point out this is one of the few times that they have to work as a team. So all 6 of them have to kind of like coordinate, which is kind of the story of this episode, is the coordination between all of them and the tickets. Once they get into the stadium and they start getting their orders in. We see Angelo giving advice to Amanda. That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
She's in for something.
He's throwing up.
You don't have to say what he's doing. He was very polite. He did it off mic.
Well, I
and you
need to
bring
fill the dead air.
audience
Neither of us
in.
were talking.
No, we don't. We will talk to me. Connect with me.
What's up, man?
Hey,
How's everything going?
Hey, dude, I'm feeling good. I'm
Yeah?
not throwing up. Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. We see Ed is like on fire here. So let me fast forward to what he makes here.
Shrimp and corn risotto fritters. with
Mhm.
That's right.
jalapeno
Like a
aioli.
croquette.
He does some quick math. So they're making it for like 150 guests. He's like, I'm doing 3 each for every dish. So that's like equates to 500 and something like that. He's like, I don't know why I did that. So we see a lot of clips of him running around. He's like yelling at Tiffany for like her cart. He's like, do you have a cart? And she's like, what? He's like, your cart, your cart, your cart.
Do you have a cart?
She's like, Jesus, relax, dude. So here's the meat of the episode. there's a whole debate when they get back. So these idiots, they go to Whole Foods, they come back, they prep their stuff, they get back to the house, and they're like, oh wait, someone has to take the orders. We can't all just be cooking and not looking at anyone. People have to take the orders.
Mhm.
And so Angelo steps up and says, I
I'll do it.
ran a sandwich shop and I will take the orders.
And a sandwich shop is the equivalent of running a concession stand at a baseball park.
Yes.
Yes.
I do love Kelly recusing herself,
Mm-hmm.
and then Angelo being like, she's in it for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the talking head, he's like, I think he says she's tactical. No, he says she's strategical.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a smart man, but it's not a word, right?
It
It's
is-
pronounced strategery.
I also
Yeah,
thought the
we
top
were
man
born.
wasn't real, so she's strategical. She's in it for herself.
She's only after herself and her own gain. And I mean, to be honest, so is everyone. So I mean, I kind of understand Angelo is stepping up in a way. They do, fast forward to the end, they do really all of them throw him under the bus, because
Yeah, they do.
once they get to the stadium, Angelo very quickly realizes he's made a huge mistake. He's not going to be able to do anything. I don't know if it's like he looked out at the vastness of the field and imagined 150 people and freaked out and was like, then started walking around and throwing notepads at people to be like, take your own orders. Kevin takes his notepad and throws it back right at Angelo. He's like, he's like, you take this shit back. I'm not doing this.
I love that clip when they said, "Man, it's getting ugly in here." And it was like, "It's been ugly the first day you came."
Roast him. Ed fucking roasts him hard.
He's killing his ass.
Really kills him. Is this when Angelo says that Kevin's the bad boy of the competition?
Yeah.
He does. He's a real bad boy because he's roasting people.
Which made me
But
think
he's
of
also
Brian, because Brian's been the bad boy of wit when he was here.
I tried
true.
really hard to be the bad boy of wit.
passed around those T-shirts in that magazine you were putting together, right?
I was. I'd hope people would cut out the picture and, put candles next to it. But
They
I
put
think they
candles
jerked
next
off
to it. They put candles next to it. They burned it.
yeah. By next to you mean underneath the
Yeah.
picture so that it burned.
Well, let's contextualize that. You did hand those out at a candlelight vigil.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
So
some,
everyone
it was a
You
very
were like just
difficult time,
holding it
actually.
at people who were holding candles, and by accident, a lot of them caught fire.
Yeah, because they weren't making eye contact with me, so I was trying to put it in front of their faces, which happened to be where the candles were. And
You were so loud at that vigil too. You're like,
yeah.
"Zine's here, Brian Jackson. Zine's
Well,
here."
what they don't tell you is how fucked up you get off this. If you huffing burning pictures, I was to the fucking moon, dog. Like, I started on a
stumbling
10,
on the
ended on a
streets.
million. Yeah, I woke up the next day in the jail, and they're like, "Sir, what were you doing last night?" And I was like, "Dude, I don't even fucking know."
Bad boy shit.
Bad boy. Bad boy. I thought I was fucking Puff Daddy.
Detroit Pistons.
Crowd's loving this shit. Fucking crushing.
So we said Ed is the bad boy, but he's also the nice boy because
Kevin.
he steps up and says, "I'll do Angelo's dish for you,"
Mhm.
even though he's kind of like joking with him and stuff like that. And then we
Very
kind of
funny
cut to,
joke where
Oh,
he's like,
so
"Oh, I changed my mind. I'm not gonna do it." Angelo's like, "Are you serious?"
What?
No, I'm not. Oh, no, I was kidding.
I was just kidding with you, bro. Sleepy Joe Biden, Ed, paranoid Angelo. So let's talk about Amanda's dish. She decides to do a
Oh.
tuna tartare.
My favorite baseball. Nothing like a good 100 degrees in August.
Excuse me, sir. I got to get to the game early. The 7 tartar.
The guy walking up and down the aisles. Tuna tartar.
Oh,
Got
can
tuna
we-
tartare here.
Oh, Papa, can we please get some tartar?
Hey,
Well,
buddy,
it is
can
your-
I get 2 dogs, 2 fries, 2 beers, and 15 tartars?
Hey, anybody else want tartar? Well, I'm getting tartar.
Hey, pass this down. Hey, my tartar didn't get down here. The first guy in the line's like, And they snuck it. You know how sometimes
14
like,
empty trays on his stomach.
yeah, and there's like little bits of tartar all over the ground, like peanut shells. That didn't work.
Keep the tartars coming.
You
You
get
get
it
into
in a
the-
commemorative baseball cap. It's like a helmet tipped over upside down, full of tartar.
Well, it's that smell of the stadium when you get in. It's the hot dogs. It's the mustard. It's the tuna.
Buy me some tuna and Cracker Jacks.
Yeah, Amanda, what were you thinking with this dish? You need to
I
get
don't
her on the
fucking know.
show.
Well, so she wanted to do like crab or something like that, right? And then Kelly's like, "Can you do fish? I want to do crab."
That's right. She says, no shellfish for you. Please do fish because I'm doing crabs.
Should have did
Um,
lobster.
Yeah, exactly. Just buy a bunch of lobsters.
Do a lobster roll. That's an elevated hot dog. Lobster roll.
Boom.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Do a po'
Maybe she
boy.
can afford it.
Yeah,
Man, a po' boy, that'd be great.
delicious.
Um,
Fry up some oysters or something, some clams. God damn.
Instead of her tuna, which of course after a day, if you don't put any oil on it, turns gray. It oxidizes.
Looked so
No-
gross.
Notoriously, tuna is the avocado of the fish world.
Yes.
It's still good, but
It's
it
still
looks
good.
gross.
It just looks bad.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It just got some air to it.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want it though.
It needed a
Yeah.
coating.
I wouldn't have thought of that. Angelo said he could have helped her.
Well, he did help. He said elongate it and then put it through the meat grinder.
Yeah, he was like, sugar.
Spaghetti. You're looking spaghetti, right? You're trying to make some spaghetti. Just
You're
put
trying to make
crack it.
spaghetti out of your tartar? Yeah, just elongate it. It should be fine.
Just come back to me if you have any questions. Hey, really quick. I don't like getting. Yeah, I know he's not here anymore. I don't like it.
Did I tell you about my Russian wife?
She's real. I've met her twice.
I've met her twice, and we love each other.
We talk 5 hours on the phone every night.
I asked her to marry me in Paris, and she's definitely not interested in me because I fly her places.
I talked to her for 5 hours. I know we're normally filming. I'm still talking to her. Yeah. So the gates open. All the freaks show up.
This is early too. Oh, and we get some baseball players. We get Adam Dunn, famous
Yep.
national for a cup of coffee. I think he was there just
Mhm.
there trying to make a deep playoff run.
Mhm.
Two
Matt
other
Caps.
Yeah, I thought for some reason that Zimmerman was in this. Maybe he's in a different episode.
He might be in a different one.
I could have sworn that
It's
Ryan Zimmerman was in this.
Matt Caps, John Lannon, and Adam Dunn. Who all three are famously extremely handsome men because they interview all the women in the cast and they go, "Ooh la la, these men
Mm-hmm.
are so tasty."
Amanda calls
so
them
big.
tree trunks. Which
Yeah.
she's like, Tom's there. Get out of here with your tree trunks, referring to these men.
Mm-hmm.
Who are also very, they seem very, a lot of sports players like, I play baseball. These guys are like cracking jokes and like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I made this. No, I didn't. I just ate it. I'm a baseball player.
Yeah, they're nice. They're good for TV. Oh, let's point this out. Gail missing again. Gail Watch.
Yeah,
She's not
scale
here.
watch. Yeah.
She gets bumped.
Come back, Queen.
We miss you,
So, basically, everyone wants the meatballs, which is what Tiffany is making, and the crab cakes, which is what Kelly is making. That's kind of like
Mhm.
what all the orders are. Again, after they get into service, it seems to go fine. They get through it. Judges look at the food. There's a consistent feedback in Kevin's chicken skewer that it could have killed someone.
the stick is
Mhm.
too long.
Eric Repair consistently brings up that this skewer it goes so deep. I turn and I put it in my mouth. It goes so deep in my mouth it cuts the
Poked
back
me.
of my throat.
It poked me in the back of the
You
throat.
couldn't
Poke me in the
possibly
back of the
use your
throat.
finger and pull off the thing from the skewer.
No. Tom does point out, he's like, you were eating it the wrong way though. It was the long end that you were trying to put it all the way through to get to the chicken. But how
the
else
short
am I
way.
supposed to eat it?
It
Go the
poked
short
me
way.
in
Put
the-
it there.
poked me in the throat.
Also, eat it horizontally and grab it off the stick.
Yeah, push
Stop
it.
trying to take it down like a glizzy.
It's not a glizzy. Just chicken on a stick.
So we get to judges' table, and everyone has to go up and see the judges. They don't do a
Yes.
separation of bottom and top. They talk. They first they ask about how they made a decision to go. With who was going to do the orders. Angel's like, I stepped up and I did it, and then immediately everyone piles on and says, whoa, 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 hold on, Angelo. Yes, technically you did say that, but also you then changed your mind and then had to change your mind back
Yeah.
and complained a lot.
Yeah, they wanted the full story at judge's table.
It's so funny. He was like, I gladly took it on. And
I was
Tiffany's
such a
like,
champion.
Tiffany's like, fucking hold on. And he's like, okay,
Wasn't-
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Really
So
funny.
they love Ed and Tiffany's dishes. So it feels like, thinking back through the past few episodes and really the whole season, this feels like it's gearing up towards an Ed versus Angelo finale, right? Even in an episode, we're in episode 11. They're not really showcasing Kevin too much.
No.
The story feels like Ed, Angelo,
Mhm.
maybe Tiffany. So it's such a interesting ending to this season. So our winner is, of
You know what's
course,
more interesting. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go
but
for it.
like Angelo had this run from episode 10 to the finale. He finishes low 3 or 4 times. So it's interesting that he made it to the finale.
he does dip. He like very much gets in his head and starts freaking out. So it feels like, because I can't remember. Does Tiffany make it very far in? She make it to the final 4 or something?
Tiffany is out.
Goes home next week.
Next week. Oh, you know what? It's the All-Star season that she goes really deep on too. Well, I mean, she's going deep here too.
Yeah.
But she does well, so that is interesting. Our winner here is Ed. He did the shrimp and corn risotto fritters. So he's going to Australia. He also gets a dumb book, as they always do. And then so they let Tiffany and Ed go to the stew room to
Can I
read through
say
the book.
something about this?
Of course.
This, book. So earlier this week, I went to a restaurant and a bartender. She told me reading's fundamental because I missed something on the menu.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? You should. I'm putting myself to sleep. Let's just keep going.
I do have a question though. Was this negging?
Ooh, maybe.
It kind of sounds like she might have been trying to seduce
maybe.
you by being mean to you.
Maybe it didn't help that my response was "fuck off."
Yeah, that's the game you play when you try to neg someone. You can either go like, "Okay, let's have a little funny banter here," or someone goes, "Eat shit, fuck you."
Yeah. And her eyes got big and was like, Jesus, I was flirting.
I was trying to fuck you.
So on the bottom here, we got Amanda and Kevin and Angelo. So a lot of this episode, it's very clear that Amanda's dish is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a little bit of framing with Tom of him being excited that she took a chance, but she just didn't execute it properly. And I think Tom is wrong. It was a bad decision to do tartare.
Like the vegetables, maybe the vegetables were good or something like that. They kind of like find something good to say about it, and it was like, no.
Yeah. It's
Kind of hard for Tom because he's, in these episodes, he's here for all of 5 minutes of filming. And so his opinion isn't going to be as valuable as all the people who are lined up asking for the dish.
Mm-hmm.
Was it weird that only Padma had a Nationals jersey on? Everyone else was just dressed. No one else had like, I'm going to a baseball game look. I didn't like that.
No.
Yeah,
have some fun with it.
Yeah, she was also there for a different reason, wearing the Nationals jersey. She was trying to bring awareness to the national people.
Yeah, I understand.
I got it.
Yeah, the national people.
I thought there should have been laughter.
We don't wink, Daddy. So they go back to the stew room. Angelo, for whatever reason, has a ball to mitt that he's playing with. I don't know where he got that. We come back.
Baseball stadium.
Probably for baseball stadium.
Probably in an equipment room. The stew room is just an equipment room.
Yeah, kick it open, take whatever's in there.
Do you guys have a room that we can put the chef? Yeah, there's a dingy room where we put all the unused equipment.
And finally, our friend, Miss Tuna Tartar herself, Amanda, bites the dust. She's eliminated.
Amanda, please pack your knives and go.
Thank you guys so much. This has been an awesome opportunity.
Thank you, Amanda.
I'm so grateful that I did this. I fought it out for a really long time. I'm the only sous chef that made it this far. And my competition was really, really fierce, so. Thank you guys. It's been awesome. I definitely surprised myself. I feel like I came a long way. I'm gonna remember this experience for the rest of my life. I feel like I pushed myself harder than I've ever pushed myself before. Leaving Top Chef was like the hardest thing I've ever done.
Where is she now?
Amanda became the executive chef of Los Angeles's Water Grill, and then she opened Herringbone somewhere in California. I tried to look up her Twitter to see what she was maybe doing more recently, and of course they don't allow you to look at it unless you have an account, and I will not open an account. So maybe look there if you want to find out more about her. But she seems like she's doing fine.
Quick fun fact: if you are on the Top Chef Wikipedia for the DC season, where it says eliminated Amanda, it says that her dish is yellowfish tuna tartare. It should be yellowfin tuna tartare. Am I wrong?
I think so.
Yellowfish tuna tartare. It's yellowfin.
And this is why
tuna.
we need to give more money to Wikipedia, so that the editors can get through
Just
these
$1.
pages.
Just $1.
Do you guys know if everyone gave $3 right now, you'd have enough to fund Wikipedia for 10 years?
Did you know
I
that?
do now.
Did you guys know that? If everyone
know.
just gave if everyone who visited the site just gave $3 right now, Wikipedia would be funded for a decade. Won't you come help save a life?
In the arms of an angel.
Thank you. I didn't have that sound effect ready.
If you Google yellowfish tuna, it gives you yellowfin tuna. So fuck
Did you mean
Wikipedia.
yellowfin?
All right, so that's it for this week, Brian. If you want to start playing the music now, the wrap-up music, and then I'll do the wrap-up.
Don't tell me when to press the wrap-up music button.
Wrap it up.
I know. I control this.
Okay, Brian, wrap it up. Come on.
Amanda.
Yeah, let's hear that again.
See what I'm dealing with, people? All right. So that's it for this week. Even though Brian made a lot of sound mistakes, we'll be back next time. We're going to pack our knives and go.
This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.